Hello, hello. Wait. Hello, hello. Hmm. Is this live? Am I live? Hmm. Is this live? Am I live? Whoa. Sounds really, really bad. But, oh well. I mean, technically I could already start setting up my mic and all this, but I don't know. I'm going to try to open this on some other browser. Copy text, Edge. My computer is going to explode, I think. I checked something useless because I checked on somewhere else. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to start. And yeah, my week. Let's go for a classic week review. Open up Google Photos and yeah, let's check out what I did this week. I think I streamed already on Tuesday, right? So I already talked about Monday and Tuesday, I think. But because I'm not sure, I'm going to start from the beginning. And that way I remove like doubt or whatever from. I mean, it's so noisy what I'm talking. It's like you only notice it when you're recording something. When you're living, I mean, you kind of notice the wee wah all the time. But when you're recording something, is when you actually like get bothered by talking and listening to this. Whoa, so annoying. Not even talking to my mom, I get like this bothered or something. So yeah, this week, Monday, I had a free day, so I went to give an earring that my kind of boss, project manager, or whatever lost. So yeah, okay. Well, last Sunday I went ice skating. I'm not sure if I told you. I think I did, but yeah, I went ice skating last Sunday. Then on Monday, I went to this Richelstrasse, to this building of offices like the Qualifizierungszentrum, to give my kind of project manager or whatever the earring that she lost here when she was showing us the buildings and so on. Then I went to buy some stuff. I bought some baskets, some little things for the house. I mean, not super intentionally, more or less like browsing and trying to see what was there. And I got some stuff over there. Then I ate donut, and then I went to the dentist. I went to my house, brushed my teeth, went to the dentist, got my, yeah, however you call that, done, my retainer. I got my retainer put on, and that's that. Then on Tuesday, I went to Lidl. I also had a free day on Tuesday, so I went to Lidl to return some kind of thing that I had over there. That was like some cushion type thing where I sat, and yeah, that's basically it. Then, by the way, it took a long while because the systems or whatever weren't prepared, I think, to deal with that. So yeah. Then I think I cleaned up a little bit my closet. I organized it a little bit. I can see that now it's looking a bit different from the picture that I have here. So then I kind of like I put the pants together, all of them in a box. I put a couple of boxes together and kind of like cleaned that up a little bit. I'm not fully satisfied with it, but for now it kind of will do. I want to kind of further separate a couple of categories maybe, or create some more categories to make dressing up a little easier on like at the beginning of the day or like the day before. So like maybe that for that would help more, like cutting out clothes and like hiding them or like putting them on storage or like donating them or something. But I don't know, for the moment I'm keeping them like this. Then yeah, that day I will have a video of some recording and stuff. I think I streamed that day at night, kind of late in the night, more or less you could say. I started streaming, and yeah, I talked about the previous week, which was like a lot of traffic. But this week it was like those 3 days, and then Wednesday we had class, so I guess I kind of went not super early, but yeah, between the late streaming and the late dinners and so on. Well, I think I had dinner before streaming, but between that and the other thing, I kind of like how do you say? I'm looking at my hair right now. I was like doing this. I'm looking at my ends to see how broken they are. I mean, they're less broken than I thought, but to be honest, they're kind of broken. But they're less broken than I thought, less split than I thought. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, I guess that streaming, I started streaming afterwards. So yeah, so it wasn't that big of a deal. So no. So yeah, it wasn't really that late dinner. But I guess when I stream, it's like the thing that I usually do tend to like get pushed. So I didn't do the thing that I usually do then. Then next day, LZB Ausbildung. And yeah, not much else I guess to say. It was the first day of like theory, the first day we went out super late. I ate some pizza there, shitty pizza to be honest. I don't know why I listened to them when they say something, because it was like the classic shit pizza from these kind of shit pizzerias that they're all over. I'm not sure why they wanted pizza, but yeah, I said okay, even though when they asked what do you prefer, I say I don't know, I'm going to eat nonetheless, but I probably should have gotten the kebab. But yeah, anyways, I I got that, I got dinner, sorry, I got lunch, then we afterwards, we were late, by the way, we were like 20 minutes late that day because of traffic and because there was like a strike, so the strike makes traffic longer, and also because Pablo was like 5 minutes later, so everything cumulatively kind of, yeah. The next day we went 15 minutes earlier and we were like close by. We didn't get super early, but we didn't get like late either. But yeah, I thought it would have taken less time, I guess. Still, I don't know. Then I have a lot of pictures from my outfits, from my outfit that day, and yeah. Then the next day from a couple of cars that I took pictures, and then from my outfit, and then the next day was like also LZB Ausbildung class in the same building, by the way, Obersendling and Siemenswerke, but it was like a much more boring day, you could say. Instead of class, actual explanations, it was more like us watching videos or like doing this kind of like web-based trainings on the tablet, which was kind of felt a little bit of a waste of a day, to be honest. For me, I mean, for me, it's not that waste of a day because at least I go to the office and I don't know, I can do stuff or whatever, right? But if I were one of the people from Augsburg, I'd be like kind of mad, to be honest, because they're like from really far away, they have to come. I don't know. It's like losing a lot of time uselessly, to be honest. But I mean, that's that. Then yeah, then I went for a walk. I think I went to Lidl and I took a picture over there. Well, I took a lot of pictures of my outfit and so on. Then Friday yesterday, I went to the simulator. No, Friday, which was not yesterday, rather the day before. I don't know. I think Friday didn't sync the whole of Friday. Sorry, the whole of Friday was simulator day. In the simulator, we did like three trips each one, and each were like pretty straightforward with a little bit of variation. So, for example, how the LZB ends, and there is like one LZB Endeverfahren that is like hard, you could say, where you get like Wechselblinken. So yeah, that's the thing to like most take care of, and yeah. And yeah, driving with LZB is like pretty straightforward. You have to stop looking at the signal. I mean, the problem is when like this kind of transitions from going from signal to LZB to LZB. So then it's a little bit more like complicated, you could say, or whatever. But it's like you have to pay attention to both things at the same time. You can't go too fast on one mode, and you also have to like pay attention to what the numbers are saying or whatever. It was like basically knowing when it's going to kick in, and until then, what do you do, etc. Like when it's going to like go out. Then yesterday, Saturday, I stayed all day at home. I think, or I think I went out to Edeka to buy a tomato for dinner or something. But yeah, aside from that, I didn't go out to the house, and like the day was like a slow day. I didn't do really a lot of stuff. I just went, I don't know, like I went to get the tomato, and I carried my little journal to try to see if I could write something, and I kind of did write stuff, but like one page, and I don't know. I'm not like really writing great creative things in my journal. I'm mostly like writing to ChatGPT or to AI or shit like this to process problems or like to process like this kind of blocks in my life. And yeah, which is sad to be honest, but it's what someone has to do when they're like this, when they don't have, I don't know, people they trust or whatever to talk about certain topics. Not even a YouTube channel where they can really feel like, I don't know, free to talk, to discuss certain things or something. Maybe one day. I mean, I feel like the things that I want to discuss are not going to be that surprising, to be honest, but maybe they are. And today I went out a little bit, also outside, like 15 minutes. Oops, sorry, 15 minutes before or something like this, and because it was sunny out, it started to get cloudy and sunny and cloudy and sunny. But I went also to, I don't know, when I go outside, I kind of bring the journal as an excuse. It's not an excuse, it's mostly to like breathe in fresh air or something because, I don't know, being all day in this room, I don't know, it's kind of like hot. So I also get a little bit of fresh air and freshness and like kind of like a little bit of cold even because, yeah, it's a little bit cold. But yeah, I don't know. For example, now I'm really hot. Right now here on the top, I'm not wearing like something super hot, but on the bottom I'm wearing like some leggings or something, and they're like full length, and they already are starting to feel kind of hot because of the position of this window. If I don't open it, the air doesn't come in or something. It gets like really, I don't know. And if I open it, it's like so noisy. Plus, whoa, the light comes in like that. So yeah, that's basically what my week has been. And today I had a couple of topics that I wanted to discuss. When I was writing today outside, that's what I don't know, thought of doing. It's like, why not? I had a couple of topics on my notes that I wanted to talk, or to brainstorm or whatever with AI. Okay, this is fucking, it's too annoying. That I wanted to brainstorm or whatever with AI, and to be honest, I haven't done it yet. But I wanted to take advantage of that to, like, I don't know, maybe do that part that I can, or that I feel more comfortable to here on YouTube. I mean, I'm not sure how comfortable should I be, but days like today with 0 viewers, I feel like more, I don't know, I mind less of things slipping out. I know that sometimes, I don't know, my dad could be watching or something, or for example, my neighbor he told me that he hears me talking or whatever on stream, so like, I don't know, I'm not exactly sure how much attention he pays to what I say. I hope not a lot. He said he heard everything, which I took as an indirecta to mean night stuff as well, but I don't give a fuck, to be honest. Like, I don't know. As long as it's not like at like 3 a.m. or something, and I wake him up or whatever, then okay, it's kind of bad or whatever. But like, I don't give a fuck, to be honest. And the topics were nonchalance and psychological distance. That was topic 1. It's like one single topic. And the other topic was like, what do I make videos for? Again, so I've covered that topic already in my channel. Not sure when exactly, but probably like 2-3 years ago, or like one of the first 3 videos of the 100 video series. It was like, why am I doing this series? Like, why am I making this video? And I think 3 years later, it could be updated. So I'm going to get some water first, and then I'm going to check that out. Ugh, I'm looking at myself and I hate it. But one's gotta do what one's gotta do. And yeah, by the way, I didn't go like this, but essentially it was this. I wore this for yoga in the morning, and then I was like, let me cover up a little bit. So I wore my sweater. Let's a little bit of this strap. Makes it a little bit visible like this. And I wore this sweater, and then some kind of like shirt over here, because I don't know, this area, you know, it felt a little bit too, I don't know. Then I got proved right by the amount of people that there were, and like children or whatever. It's like, I don't know, I feel uncomfortable with a lot of children and, I don't know, showing everything. And I'm not showing literally everything or whatever, but I don't know, it feels like more than what I'm comfortable with, for sure. So yeah. Topic 1. Nonchalance. I watched this video the other day.
Not specifically targeting mathematics.
How tell men to dress, how men tell men to dress, fit speed, and it's this video of her, Ash Callahan. Wait, I'm not subscribed. Interesting. Where she reviews a video from this channel, Speed. And I think I didn't subscribe because she makes videos talking about men's fashion, which, as you may guess, it's not my favorite out of the basically two that they exist. So I probably didn't subscribe because of that, but she does talk about fashion, which is interesting. And in this video itself, she does mention something like a concept that I found interesting, which was called psychological distance, which let me see if I catch. Well, first of all, in this video, she analyzes the advice that another guy, Speed, gives. Speed is this channel from this guy, James, who used to be in Donut, who has like kind of a car channel. And yeah. And I find it interesting. And then yeah, she mentions how she discusses menswear as a woman. Therefore, that has like more. Well, she introduces this concept of like psychological distance at some point in this video. When she's arguing about like whether you should follow fashion influencers or not, whether men should follow fashion influencers or not, and she argues that they shouldn't, because they don't have like enough psychological distance between the topic they cover and like what. I mean, it's not even psychological either, right? It's kind of like monetary also. She mentions like how they're getting paid by this topic, so they don't have like, yeah, I guess it is psychological distance, so they don't have like enough psychological distance from the topic to the thing, right? To their interest in it, to like they don't have like enough distance. They aren't nonchalant about it. It's like she mentions psychological distance as this kind of like function where, by the way, I wrote a comment. Wait, I didn't write a comment? Okay. I did write a comment. I wrote a comment here about how the sweet spot that she discusses, I don't know exactly when. Look here.
Videos like this, not like this. My favorite litmus test for identifying a fashion freak, a real fashion freak, is showing a picture of this guy. Which might be you are not going to get it from me, but you're also not going to get it from these guys. But as I say, from the data I have at my disposal, these are different audiences, because the people watching my videos for identifying who watch my video about this, you've either advised myself, you know, it's a good outfit, save it. You can't go out and find what you like, the collection of because the people People watching my videos like this, are also watching videos like this, not like this. My favourite litmus test for identifying fashion freak, a real fashion freak, show them a picture of this guy. And ask them who it is. The spectrum of people who watch my videos look something like this, I imagine.
Well, he uses a similar graph, but it's labeled differently. It says something like psychological distance. Over here, she has here, up here is like sauce or something like this. And like this over here is like psychological distance or something. So it's like if you're too psychologically distant over here, right? You don't care. This is like level of care, how much you care. So if you're too psychologically distant, you don't care. If you're too if you're too close to it, okay, your psychological distance is 0, it's like you're too close to it, so it's like you can't care enough or something. It's like you're not nonchalant enough or something. And here it's like you're not nonchalant, here you're simply ignorant or whatever. Here it's like you can't be nonchalant because you're too invested, and here it's like you're nonchalant. So it's like the best way to be or something. And I was like, that's an interesting way to see it. Psychological distance, nonchalance, and I wrote over here in my notes, it's like, where can I have like nonchalance, etc. And I wrote like several fields where I feel like I simultaneously have too much distance and too little distance at the same time, right? In many topics like cars, fashion, clothes, and like trains or whatever, right? And cultural stuff like Spain and Germany. So yeah, I was like, I don't know where to or like even in this channel, for example, this channel, what is this channel about? What are these videos about? Thoughts, just like random thoughts, movie reviews sometimes, cultural opinions, right? It's mostly like cultural stuff, cultural opinions on like the discourse of the day, like topics, cultural topics, culture, I guess. Music, concerts, movies, but also things I read, books, right? Anecdotes, life in general, and but also I guess sometimes, yeah, rationalism, like how to think better, those kind of things. Also, how to be right. I tried also to cover those things, you could say. So I don't know, it's difficult to say. Basically, as an example, I could read the cars thing. Cars. Too much. I've lived and breathed car stuff since I was a kid. It's my obsession since forever. I have studied engineering literally to know more about cars. It's still one of the themes I watch more stuff about, for example. Right? So cars are this big part of what I like, right? So I feel like I'm too invested in cars in a way. Like, I don't know, they're not paying me, I guess. So in that measurement, they're not paying me. Oops. They're not paying me though. So yeah, in a way, it's good because they're not paying me. And I do have some kind of distance, right? I'm not in the industry per se. I'm kind of someone outside. But I guess I am kind of in the industry in the sense that like I would be kind of trying to make it in a sense, right? I would be trying to get a deeper look into it. I would like to get more insight, see more how it's done, how it works, and I do care about all of the steps in the process in that type of way. So, like, yeah, I care. I am interested. I am interested in every step of the process, and from industrialization, business, etc., to driving dynamics, to, I don't know, like cultural relevance. And then why do I feel too little? Like I don't know enough about cars, or like I have too little relevance in cars because I always feel like an outsider in the car world. I've never felt in the car world itself, right? I don't even own a car. I've never had a project car. I haven't worked in car engineering in any aspect, not even in car sales, I haven't worked in cars in any step of the process. I can't drive very well, right? It's not like I'm a good driver actually or something. So yeah, it's like I feel like I do have some knowledge or something, but it's all like too very distant from reality. So it's not like actual knowledge. It's not like good distance in this sense. It's more like distance, simply distance, right? It's not like positive distance. It's simply like it goes into too far away. I don't know, in a way I feel like it is balanced, but also I don't know, not enough. So I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know if that would make me a good nonchalant person to talk about car topics, for example. Then about fashion or women's clothes or something like this, right? I feel like in the sense that how would I be too much into it? And it is kind of like I am too deep into it in some sense because I do desperately want to be able to achieve that goal, right? So yeah, gender dysphoria you could call it or something like this, right? It feels like I am too psychologically invested in that, right? I'm too invested. I'm not nonchalant about it. It's like I care too much. And too little, that is where it's more obvious, right? I don't dress, like nothing fits me right, or I just, if anything, if I look feminine at all, it's like a cross-dresser or something, right? I don't really look actually feminine or something. I just look like a guy with long hair wearing clothes that don't fit him, right? That's basically what I look like. Like, I'm kind of like trying stuff, maybe there is like some sense of like direction or something, but it's not a sense of like arrival. So I wouldn't feel like any authority or something to talk about that topic or to give my input on that from this perspective, Then about men's clothes, I guess in that sense I am in a similar position to her, even though I'm kind of like a different way, I've arrived there in a different way, because I don't feel like I'm too much into men's clothes in a way, right? I feel like but the problem is that here I am too little, basically. I feel like I don't feel like I dress well for a man either, right? I don't feel like I have anything positive to give because I don't actually dress well like a man. I feel like I have insights on men's fashion or something. It's because I have been trying to improve my style in general, even though not aiming in that direction. So there are things that carry over. But and have actually the thing is that they have actually gotten me compliments as a man, so that is interesting, right? Even though I wasn't trying to get those, in a way it kind of like what I tried didn't work for what I wanted, but it worked for this other thing. So well, and then too little is that I'm not invested at all in that. In fact, I'm trying to get away from it, but I don't know. It's like it doesn't help me, right? Giving advice about men's clothes or something, or like learning more, it doesn't help me in that sense. It doesn't help me when I'm lacking, which is something, right? Because, for example, she can give advice into men's fashion because she already feels comfortable with her fashion. So it's like she can give advice in that, from that point of like altitude, from that altitude. You could say, I don't have the altitude, so I can't give advice in that sense. I can't provide in that sense. I feel like I should first help me before I try to help others. But if I could help others, then maybe it's worth thinking about. Like this oxygen mask, right? Put your own oxygen mask first before trying to help. Then, regarding trains, too much. I literally work in the rail industry, so in this case, it does pay me, even though it pays me very little. And to be honest, I'm kind of like more restricted than I'm paid in this sense. There is like a conflict of interest. Plus, I can't talk, I can't say or show a lot of things because of that. Just right, I would say that I am an engineer, so I can kind of grasp the technical side of it all, and like how one thinks about thinking, how one thinks about planning, and then I'm like detached enough as because I'm not actually working in engineering here to be able to give this perspective, right? Of yeah. Too little, it's like I'm literally not actually driving yet on my own. I'm like just a trainee that hasn't even like passed the exam or something. Plus, I'm not like super obsessed with trains. I don't know that much about trains, right? It's like I can learn quickly about it, but I don't actually know that much about trains. And yeah, I don't have deep experience in like the trip or something, like the terminology even. So it's like I don't know. Then regarding culture, I wrote only 3 words like Germany, Spain, English language. So it's like I'm kind of like in these 3 cultures. Also, you could add Japan from the mom's side, and I didn't elaborate because I'm definitely not too much into Germany, right? I do have some distance from Germany. From Spain, that is also the thing. I've always felt kind of distant from Spanish culture, right? But I've always felt distant because of my race, right? Partially is the race thing. It kind of like it's an obvious indicator that I'm from the outside, right? And partially because of the culture, right? Partially. And then, right? And then also because, I don't know, of what came later. I don't know, like my interest in online, right? The online world. Now working here, right? Now being here. Japan, I feel too on the outside, right? Japan, too on the outside. I don't feel like I can comment on that. Much besides second hand, right? Besides second hand stuff from my mom. Germany, I still feel too on the outside, right? I still feel too on the outside. Not even like not Spanish levels of outside, not Spanish levels of outside yet. Much higher, right? Like I don't feel like I haven't even grasped the surface or something. Hello. I feel like I lost some frames. So yeah, that's kind of like where I'm feeling a little bit. But I do live here. I do work here right now, although I and have seen some stuff and talked to some, but always they're talking down. I'm not yet at a talking one-to-one level thing. Always they're kind of like talking down to someone who's like a foreigner who doesn't understand really well, which is fair, right? I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. Really loud. It's super crazy how it changes when I'm here sitting versus there with the window open. It's like the cold is like instantaneous. I can't go outside like this and not freeze. But here, like this, with the computer, with the sun, with the window closed, it gets so hot, this corner. In summer, it's going to be like awful. So yeah, I don't know. That's basically where I'm at regarding this nonchalance stuff. Then I could add like a YouTube channel, right? YouTube channel, which would tie into the thing, right? YouTube channel. I'm kind of like browsing to my own channel. I'm talking about why you should have a website, New Year's resolutions, again my stuff, movie reviews, my thoughts on AI, entrepreneurship, Taylor Swift, business, pieces of media, thinking about thinking, about being generous, about you, Dog the Muro, about content, career, I talked about so many things. Personal stuff, goals, New Year's resolution, and everything's personal. Diary, status updates, cultural stuff, movie, music, album, concert reviews, artist album, concert reviews, YouTubers and what they've accomplished and why I like them, economics a little bit, right? So like mostly stuff that's related to entrepreneurship, usually because of YouTube. AI stuff. Investing. Oh. It is interesting how I evaluate the relationships that have formed in the course so far. 1 year later. Follow-up to relationships that have formed, etc. Course 1 year mark. The video has a dislike, by the way.
That is something that I thought of was, for example,
cultural stuff I could add also Substack people I will avoid, Substack, Twitter people I read, and then for example dating discourse, sometimes dating discourse, but what was this one about? Rationalism. Bro, I'm so ugly, I hate my face. Will I ever not hate my face? Career, personal career, moves, advice, worded, career talk. And then like topics engineering, train, driving. I think I could touch. I think I've touched on software. Maybe not. Advertising. Why you wear this kind of clothes looks weird. Why are you wearing this kind of clothes? I like them. You not like? I wish they didn't look weird. But since they do. How are you doing, by the way? Durvesh. Long time no see in the channel, I think. Did you see the Discord or did you see it on YouTube? Just like easy. I was talking right now about nonchalance, aka I'm thinking about stuff. I was thinking about a concept that I saw on a different YouTube video about fashion and so on. And the girl who made the video, she talked about when does it make sense for someone to talk about a topic, right? When is someone's opinion, you could say, not sure if worth it or something, but when is it like, I think she was using kind of some philosophical framework of, if I recall correctly, like not sure if Kant or something like this, but there are like a couple of philosophers and so on that in their opinion, or like also philosophers and artists, it's like philosophy of art and so on, like when is art kind of like most interesting, or when does art kind of like share new things. And it's usually, she mentions that it's, or when it's art at its purest. And according to her and like some philosophers she likes or whatever, it's basically when you have enough distance to the art, but also not too much distance so that you don't care, right? It's like there has to be a certain nonchalance. So caring too much is caring too much. In the middle would be nonchalance, and in the end would be like ignorance. So if you're ignorant about something, it probably doesn't matter. Your opinion about it doesn't matter. But for example, if you're a fashion influencer and you're talking about fashion, you are literally getting paid to talk about fashion. So it's a little bit, I don't know, it's kind of like a little bit sus. Maybe your opinions are like too influenced, and your creations in the fashion influencer space are no longer pure art, you know? It's like when you're in the middle, when you're like kind of nonchalant about it. And she used the example of like a cook who dresses well. She follows like some cook who cooks for a living, and like is famous cook for that, but he dresses in a very particular way or something, right? He's like very stylish. So for her, that's like the sweet spot. Good man, just busy with exams. Sorry you too late. Just came to say hi. Interesting. What did you study again? I forgot. Something like computer science or something, was it? And yeah, that was what I was thinking about. That's what the nonchalance thing. And I was looking at my own YouTube channel again. I haven't done that in a while, but I was looking at it kind of like to see what things have I talked about, right? To see, kind of to collect the things that I have talked about in order to be like, okay, from this I have no idea. Okay, from this is actually like the sweet spot, right? I feel like here I can say things that are interesting, or here I can say things that are not that interesting because I'm too ignorant, or here I am too invested in these things, right? So here, if I say something, it's like not too pure, you could say. That's kind of like what I was thinking. Computer engineering, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I also feel like this framework isn't like the end all be all of all frameworks, by the way. Because for example, if you're trying to like build expertise or something, I don't know, maybe it makes sense to like really focus on one thing. So like you are too invested in something. But she mentions it in the context of art, right? If you're trying to create kind of art, and I feel like to a degree, science is art, right? In science, it's like also you can't be too invested or something. Maybe business isn't that much of an art. Business, people call it an art, but sometimes I feel like there are like different frameworks. But I feel like business can be kind of an art, so I don't know. In as much as something is art, I feel like this distance thing applies. It's like there has to be something that comes through with distance, with nonchalance, with perspective, that changes things a little. Just curious about how your dressing sense changed. What happened? I mean, this is a long topic. But you asked, I mean, it's something that has been like growing for a while, you could say. like since I was younger or so, I've always kind of like struggled with certain things, but I wasn't like, I don't know, I didn't want to like, I've always kind of like struggled with my appearance, you could say. And I've always like conflated, well, I don't know, it's hard to talk about, it's difficult. It's like, I've conflated like attraction with like expression in different ways. And that made kind of like exploring, I don't know, it's hard to tell the full story. I mean, the short answer is just basically like, I want to tell it differently, essentially. I've noticed, like, it came a certain point where I was like, okay, I noticed these things, blah, 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 but I was noticing to myself, right? And I was like exploring these things to myself. And at a certain point, I was like, okay, this isn't enough, right? I don't want to just wear things for myself, just doesn't make any sense, right? And it felt weird, and I don't know. I was like, fuck it. Let's try to like change a little bit my style in a way that I like a little bit more, right? And this is where I ended up. But yeah, I don't know. That's like the short version. The long version is like more annoying. The long version is like way longer, way more complicated, and something that I don't really, I don't know, not, well, it could be said that I don't like to talk about it. It's something I'm kind of learning to talk about it. I discuss it a lot with like AI, for example. I try to like, okay, I feel this way about this stuff. What do you think? But right now it's just basically like a pretty lonely process in my sense. Or I do have some friends that are like struggle with similar things and so on, but with them I do talk about it. But all right. Yeah, it's not a good explanation. Sorry. I wish I had a better explanation, or I wish I could be like more eloquent about it. It's so noisy outside of my new place. By the way, this is my new place. I'm not sure if you were even at my old place in Germany, but this is the new one. So yeah, are you satisfied with the answer? Do you have any questions? If you have questions, maybe I can like try to answer the questions. For example, thank you for asking the question, like just curious about how your dressing sense changed, what happened. That's a good question, to be honest. So yeah, thank you for asking that question. That was like a pretty good starting point to like try to elaborate something. All right, gotta go. See you. Have a good day. Okay, then thank you. Thank you for being here, even though it was like a little bit. And yeah, have good. I wish you luck with your exams. And yeah. In Germany, we do this. Ich drücke dir die Daumen. It means like, it's basically like crossing your fingers, right? It's Ich drücke dir die Daumen. It's like wishing you good luck. We can talk about it next time, no worries. Okay, yeah, whenever you're around, you can definitely ask whatever you want or something. Yeah. So yeah, I'll continue with what I was doing, which is kind of like writing what kind of things I'm here for. And languages, I've covered language learning a little bit. learning. What you should make videos about. I want to be discovered. TV shows. My skill set. All the money I've made. Achieve nothing. Being a failure. I do talk about being a failure. Personal stuff. I feel like being a failure can be counted as personal stuff. Being a failure. I wanted to make a video, so I chose some topics in my notes. I'm writing a tweet. GLP-1 friendly. What the fuck does that mean? Looking for this tweet that says El Fanning, El Fanning. Bro, 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 I don't want to get banned. Fuck, I'm going to have to. Can't find.
I'm buzzing. I'm just so. Voltime. Voltime. Oh.
Okay, I think we can move on to topic 2. Tema 2. I'm going to the bathroom first, though. Fuck it, no one's here. Okay, now on to topic 2. Thema 2. I've talked about the distance thing, and now about the what do I make videos for. And this is interesting. I could be like this. I could do this, to be honest. And what do I make videos for? Or who do I make videos for? I guess what is the first question, and then who is like, it goes below. And it's an Alex Hormozy inspired reflection because, fuck, I should have written the source. There was some video that I watched recently, but I watched a ton of Alex Hormozy videos. So. Because right now he's like uploading so much stuff that it's like impossible not to see something on your homepage and click it. He's like uploading insane amounts of stuff. Like he's gone all out. And yeah, basically I was thinking, what do I make videos for, right? Because for Alex Ramos, it's kind of clear, right? He makes videos to make money or something like this. And in my case, it's not like that, right? So it's different. So I can't have like the same strategies that he has because my videos are not like directed to make money in the short term. But if I am trying to make money in the long term in a way, then it kind of like I should think about that also, right? And I should kind of like switch my style of videos in order to enable them or whatever to make money. I feel like the ones that make money will be on another channels when I figure out something like this. But I guess I want to figure out in general, what do I make videos for, right? It's like, why do I want to make videos for money? That's the question, I guess, right? If I do that, if I do want that. Why do I make videos in general? It's like because some people do make money with their videos that are about general topics, or where they are having fun playing games, for example, or where they are, I don't know, restoring a car and they make money about it with it. So it's like a way to join their passion and blah blah blah. It's like that is one thing. I have here also like my stated goals in this video. I could go way back down to the first videos. The first videos I tried, I wanted to make a job. I wanted to get a job, which was interesting. I can be like 100 videos to get a job. Oh, that's crazy. this video, am I looking for you? Why in English I talk about this a little bit. I guess in this video I talk about it as well. This video is interesting. 600 views. Libros paso. So, but that was before. So I don't want to compare right now with what I wanted to do before. Well, maybe let's do it. Let's check it out. Yeah. I had some ego there because I think I uploaded this video right after the Mr. Beast viral video. So I was like, okay, I can find viral clips. I can do something. When I think about YouTube, I think of it and get good results. That was my thinking back then. At that specific moment, I was like, okay, if I think about YouTube and select something interesting, some other people can find it interesting as well. I was thinking like this, I think.
Okay, so why am I making 150 videos? Why now? And what will they be? What will they be about? Why? First.
let me do AI. Let do AI my thinking for me and kind of like shorten me watching 20-minute videos. What I was making videos for, as a deliberate practice run, not to be good but to close the gap between my taste and my ability to create. The explicit goal was to pump out 100 bad videos before even attempting to make the good ones. But underneath that was brand building as an identity extension. You wanted Coscover Drift to be you, the long-term searchable timestamp version of yourself that someone in 2032 could trace back. You sold YouTube at the right medium because you'd been studying obsessively and believed the algorithm was in a moment where small creators had a real shot. So I failed in that. We were inspired by people like Hormozy, Kugan, and Gary Vee types who were using YouTube not to monetize directly but to build the personal brand as an asset. We wanted the same thing but from zero, with nothing to sell yet, just planting the flag. There was a social function too. You wanted to say things you couldn't say to your IRL friends because they weren't on the same page about YouTube, online identity, or the belief that growing something from nothing was possible. Who are you looking for? Blah blah blah. You were basically looking for yourself, blah 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 blah. Okay, so that's my stated. Okay, interesting. Thank you. That was my stated thing, I would say. Okay, can you paste this at the end? And I can be like stated over here above. So yeah, I think basically that's a good sum up, pretty short of what I was looking for, stated, right? Okay, thank you. That was my stated goal. 3 years later, what are my thoughts? Did I get these friendly, ambitious nerds from YouTube? Not really. Not really. Not from YouTube. From YouTube, my top regular is more different. The international friendly part, I think so, for the couple people who swing by on street, but the nerdy part less. Did I get brand building? It's not 2032, but it certainly feels like, by being truthful, I just built brand as a loser at most, and didn't really build any consistent brand, keeping it more real. And based on my relative sense of feeling like I didn't make it quick enough on YouTube based on my thesis, which I feel like the algorithm will provide pretty strongly on the algorithm will provide. I feel like I wanted something more. I guess the facts are that my content as is, unpolished etc., is will only prove valuable in the actual very long term, and I feel like even though I stated long term, I actually wanted short term success. I actually wanted to, with my 100 bad videos, to get success. Not sure why, but I feel like the sense of underwhelm comes to that. Not sure if anger or frustration directed at myself for having that big of an ego, at the external forces, or for being or for having been wrong about this. Algo will provide thesis. Or maybe as well a certain sense of anger at myself at not having pursued, or not having incrementally improved in order for the improvements to compound along 100 videos rather just pumping them out as quickly as possible. I kinda shot for variety expression instead of trying to do variety to see what works and double down on what works. But when things looked like they worked, I felt a bit scared of success and of being boxed in. So not sure if I made the right call or not. Okay. Okay, it's whether you still want the same thing you wanted then or whether what you actually want has shifted. And that's what I wanted to write this for, in order to get at what I actually want right now. Tú no eres famoso, tú eres conocido. Hallo, hallo. I'm back, bin ich zurück. Okay. Says I'm monitoring the bitrate. Okay, at that point it was receiving bad bitrate, but I think I'm back at a healthy bitrate. Cuando eres famoso, tú eres conocido. Tú no eres famoso, tú eres conocido.
Last week, Goldman Sachs held a client call to discuss the investment implications of the war in Iran.
Tú no eres famoso, tú eres conocido.
Tú no eres famoso, tú eres conocido. Tú crees que es lo mismo, no es ni parecido. Entre risas, abrazos y mucho ruido, brindándoles escucho desde camerino. Como la sala entera grita mi nombre. No pasó de moda como Converse. Ayer me dijiste quiero verte. Vamos donde quieras, bebé, dime dónde. Escucha lo que digo. He subido pero no se me ha subido. Si no te lo crees, pregunta a mis amigos. Pregúntale a Ángel, pregúntale al Chopo. Sonrío cuando pienso en tu foto, como si me hubiese tocado la loto. Todo lo que pasa no es real, lo noto, no. Tú más de lo que pido. Oye, Kinder, porfa, te importa una foto. Hacemos la que quieras, no me importa, loco. Tranquilo, no hay prisa. Me echo más fotos que la torre de Pisa. Y siempre con cariño, con una sonrisa. Que asco le tengo a los aires de grandeza. Los que se creen algo a mí me dan pereza. Yo no soy artista, a mí no me interesa. No pierdas la simpleza como dice Luca. Los hago en tu mente, soy como una cupa. Saca ya ese tema que al final caduca. En esta vida hay que ser bueno y uno jode. Ole, Manuel y Lole, todo es de colores. Dora Plata siempre fuimos los mejores. Mucho booty, mucho estilo, mucho love. Aunque hay algunos por ahí que solo le joden. El que quiera llorar que se desahogue. Suave, lento, disfruta del momento. Que las palabras se las lleva el viento. A mi ex le digo que lo siento y que todavía está su culo marcadito en el asiento. Me quedan por ciento y no voy a gastarlo con lamento ni pérdidas de tiempo. Me voy con la que junta Coca-Cola con mento, con la que grita como un polín y dos tiempos. Yo sé meterme dentro, tardo poco tiempo, mami, porque tengo el mapa de tu cuerpo y te traigo un concierto. Yo sé cómo hacerlo, me podemos serlo, barro como cerdo, flechas de Cupido, pero muy pocos aciertos. No todas las que tiro son con los ojos abiertos. A veces me encuentro contigo por el desierto, pero desaparece cada vez que me despierto. Están los papeles reales, ni pa' perra ni pa' perro. Es pa' que la pongan en el día de mi entierro. La meto cuando quiero. Tu pistola tiene anemia porque tiene poco hierro.
Temón.
Volumen 2. que los mate. Me meo los primeros, los brazos los segundos. Y quítame el sombrero, el revólver yo desenfundo. Magulla fuerte ahora que llega todo el mundo. Que ilumina cabrón solo hacer historia. Hoy estoy en Instagram en tus historias. Mañana estaremos en los libros de historia. Así que se te grabe bien en la memoria que soy leyenda viva y si no lo ves, corre, pedirle curro a la 11. Corre, que soy leyenda viva y si no me crees, no entiendes una mierda de esto entonces. No entiendes nada, no entiendo nada. A veces pienso que esta liga está comprada, firmada. Es cosa mía o aquí pasan cosas raras. Hay gente aquí arriba que no vale para nada. Dicen que pa' gusto los colores. Esto es mi opinión, que me perdonen. Pero muchos tenéis un gusto de mierda. Y el que quiera ofenderse que se ofenda. Estamos dando vueltas en el 36. En mi cuello no hay cadena, ya sabéis. Escuchando a Cupido con fake. Con la cara pa' pinchado, Loli Way. Rap lento, va drogado, Frankenstein. Yo estoy lindo, yo estoy guapo, ya me veis. Ocupado, por favor, no molestéis. Cuando termine el tema le das a play. Vuelve a empezar, tranquilamente lo vuelves a escuchar. Una otra vez tienes que memorizar, para que nunca te vuelvas a olvidar. Que vine cabrón solo a hacer historia. Hoy estoy en Instagram en tus historias. Mañana estaremos en los libros de historia. Así que se te grabe bien en la memoria que soy leyenda viva y si no lo ves, corre a pedirle curro a la 11. Ay, si no lo ves, entiende nada, no entiendo nada. A veces pienso que esta liga está comprada. Es cosa mía, más cosas raras.
You sure you want to do this? Yeah, this decides it.
One take. This is an Ilford original. I do think something.
What? The stream suspended for policy violations, the fuck? Our stream.
Shout out to my homies. Fuck you when streeting. This is for all my haters, if I have any. And if it's not, it's for my lovers, because I have many. Okay. White out in Whitechapel. I see you, Whitechapel, rowing. And I see you lipsing at the 60. You're gonna see a chapel throwing. Because what happened to decorum and decolonization? Get the mustache and man let out my face before I call the United Nations. I've had enough of hot brown girls saying crusty, dusty white friends. If I see another, I'ma toast them up, bruschetta and beef. At the beginning, I'ma slip your jean, no stuff. And if a drop ginger chats me up, I'ma go lick it up, no butters. Who takes the piss because get it just? I'm Irish. Get just. I'm Irish. Get just. I'm Irish. Get just. I'm Irish. Just as long as you're not my side. You take bumps and I take lines. All white line up, top secret stand up. Short one to say I'm absolutely fine. Don't touch it and waste my time. Give me medalla with spice of life. No corona, don't even know her. When I choose to be, I make it right. I do things baptism of fire. I'm new mad and free from desire. Don't need a man to take me higher. Don't need a man to take me higher. Don't have space for fakes and liars. Cut them out, red card empire. I'm pitch close to your Sunday choir. A man that's just so.
Time to start your day. Can't keep being late. Oh, you need the money, you gon' survive. Every night, every day. Dropping baby off the home overnight. You know I can hear that in the night. Oh my gosh, wanna see the rhythm, wanna die. Wanna feel it now, come back, you have to mash. Know them boys wanna see you go down. Shit, bump down, shit, stressed out. Shit, it's every day. Shit, shut the fuck up, I don't want your conversation. Rolling marijuana, that's what you vacation. My everyday shit, every night shit, my everyday shit. Time to start your day.
Flirting with an older woman over text is all about being creative and genuine, while respecting her life experience. Start with a unique, flirty opener, rather than a basic greeting, and use straightforward language in variations to ensure clear communication. Ask open-ended questions about her past and offer specific, sincere compliments to build a connection. While you can keep things playful with cheeky humor or emojis, avoid over-messaging and save more intimate interactions, like risque photos, until you have established a strong rapport. Overall, it's important to keep the conversation fun and balanced to maintain her interest. Flirting with an older woman over text is
Para pedirle curra a la 11, que soy leyenda viva y si no me crees, no entiendes una mierda es tontón. Si te pasas un segundo no te espero. Si te pasas el segundo vas tercero, cabrón te dejo a cero. Tu novia es un imán y yo acero, el corazón como el de Agüero, los gritos como un agüero. Ya no soy ni tu padre, soy tu abuelo. Voy al infierno y lo congelo, el fuego se vuelve hielo, cárter de medio pelo en celo. Solo porque me pego cuando quiero, soy celo por el cielo, siempre subo y subo. Topuria con el beat siempre voy duro, duro. Colores de Berlín, yo soy el muro y juro, soy un bimaco bebé, ese tundi es el con tapacubos. Yo sigo partiendo el culo porque sigo flaco, chulo y sin panta. Siempre estoy arriba porque es una balanza. Yo sigo flaquito y bandilón, esos raperitos pa' mí son una buena camisón, comisión. Apártate, cuidado que te mancho, el culo te ensancho. Cowboys, dueños del rancho, y hago trozos, soy Daniel Sancho. Y me quedo tan pancho, sí. Apártate, cuidado que te mancho, el culo te ensancho. Cowboys, dueños del rancho, y hago trozos, soy Daniel Sancho. Y me quedo tan pancho.
Okay, I'm ending stream here. Actually, no. I'm looking for ball 3. They're temporarily blocking my stream all the time. Is it back? Is it back? Is it back? Hello, hello, is it back? Is it back? Hello, hello, is it back? Is it back? Hello. Okay, yay, is it back? Yeah. Okay, then it's back only for me to say that I'm ending stream. I was going to listen to one more song, but since it doesn't want me to, then I'm not gonna. Okay. Then thank you for watching. you for being here. Thank you, Durvesh, especially today for being here live and for asking interesting questions and so on. And yeah, I'm going to have dinner right now, 7:20 p.m. So not super early, but also a little bit earlier than what I would normally do on a weekend, for example. Yesterday I had dinner at like 10 p.m. So yesterday was different, but yeah, because I have class tomorrow at 7 and I'm waking up at like 6 or so. So if I go to bed at 10, it would be kind of like the ideal thing. So yeah, bye bye. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And until next one. Until next week. Yeah, it was an interesting stream. I did